Yo, what's happening? It's your boy. But what do I know? All right, so listen up, man. The return of Gary Russell Jr. Um, excited. I'm excited. I'm a huge fan of Gary Russell, man. I am. I'm a very big fan of Gary Russell. So everything that I'm saying in this video is definitely gonna come out of nothing but love, man. I'm a huge fan. I've followed Gary Russell for the longest. I've actually seen his brothers fighting the amateurs. What's it? Gary Antoine Russell, that dude used to knock folks out. Like that dude in the amateurs was knocking people out like cold, bro. Gary Antonio Russell, I'm a huge fan of dude, bro. But I want to speak on Mr. Gary Allen Russell. Gary Russell, like I said, man, I'm a fan of him. Let me pull up his box rec right quick just to fact check everything, cause like I said, I do this shit off the dome, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love talking boxing, bro. So, um, all right. So we have Gary Allen Russell, coming straight out of Capitol Heights, Maryland. Um, Very good boxer, bro. Very good boxer, bro. Possibly the fastest hands in boxing, bro. Gary Russell does things that a lot of people do not do. That dude can throw like a 10-piece combination and still be defensively sound, bro. Like, Gary Russell is he's very amazing, bro. I'm very much a fan of Gary Russell, man. The only thing with Gary Russell is Gary Russell. Like, the thing is this with Gary Russell, and uh he returns what, January 22nd against Mark Masanyo. Um yep, January 22nd. Yep, just had to fact check myself. Okay. So the thing, but this more so, this video is more so towards Gary Russell, man. I love Gary Russell, but like I said, Gary Russell's biggest issue to me is Gary Russell. The thing is, man, I love the dog, and I love what Gary Russell represents, man. He represents the culture very well, man. A stand-up guy, bro, who definitely is not afraid to challenge himself. The only issue is Gary Russell, the challenges that he wants, they don't seem to want to fight him. So Gary Russell has been very inactive. I think since 2015. Let me fact check. I want to make sure. Let me see. 2000. Yeah. Since 2015, Gary Russell has been fighting only once a year, and up until, like, actually Gary Russell, this will be his return. This will basically be a 2-year layoff, because I'm looking at BoxRec right now. Is his last fight was February 8th, 2020. He's fighting January 22nd. I said 2020. He's fighting January 2nd, 2022. So it's basically been a 2-year layoff since for Gary Russell, man. And that's what kind of it kind of irritates me, man, because I'm such a fan. I'm such a big fan of Gary Russell. All the Russells, bro. I love all the Russells, man. Antonio, Antoine, like, bro, I'm a fan of them. And I want to see Gary Russell compete more, bro. I really do. The thing, like I said, he fought once ever since 2015. The thing is, Gary Russell wants to challenge himself. He wants the Tank Davis. He was super adamant of calling with his call out towards Leo Santa Cruz. He was very adamant about getting a fight with Leo Santa Cruz. Everybody knows the infamous call out with his father. With the infamous video with Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz's father. People thought it was being disrespectful. My thing is, bro, if you find it being disrespectful, then Leo, get in there and fight him. But Leo Santa Cruz didn't seem like he wanted to fight with Gary Russell. Abner Morris didn't seem like he wanted to fight with Gary Russell. Man, bro, even my dude, Carl Frampton, who I'm also a big fan, I would have loved to see that fight. He didn't seem like he was in a rush to get in there with Gary Russell, bro. Like, so Gary Russell has been, like, very inactive, just fighting his mandatories. Jojo Diaz did step up and fight Gary Russell. Lost, but he stepped up and fight Gary Russell, but then went on to win it. What was it, the IBF against Tevin Farmer? But anyways, regardless, bro, Gary Russell has been calling out these bigger names. Tank Davis. Who else has he called? He's been pushing Tank Davis the most. But Devin Haney, for whatever reason, I don't know exactly. I'm hearing two different stories with the Devin Haney situation, so I can't really speak on that because I'm not finna that I don't know. I'm hearing two different stories, so I can't really speak on that. I don't think that either fighter is afraid. I don't think I know Gary Russell ain't afraid of anybody. I don't think Devin Haney is afraid of Gary Russell, but I heard there was some like contractual issues going on. But the thing with Gary, man, it's like that I would want like Gary's calling out these guys at 135, but it's like, man, Gary, if you listen to this, Gary, um, my thing is, bro, I always wanted to ask Gary, why not put yourself in a position to where they have to fight you? It's almost like not comparing the two, but not saying that they're the same fighters, but it's almost like Amir Khan. Does anybody remember how adamant Amir Khan was about fighting Floyd Mayweather? Amir Khan constantly called out Floyd Mayweather, but it's like Amir didn't do anything to put himself in a position to where Floyd had to see him. And so he wasted his career chasing after Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, but it's like this dude, if you look at Amir Khan's resume at welterweight, not at 140, but at welterweight, bro, Amir Khan has not fought any high level fighters at welterweight. What he fought? Chris Algieri, Luis Collazo, who is a veteran, don't get me wrong, but that's not the top tier dog that's gonna get you into that's gonna catapult you into a Mayweather fight. Devin Alexander, that was a beautiful ass performance. I love that performance, but at that point in time, Devin Alexander, if I'm not mistaken, had already lost his belt to Sean Porter. So it was just like, Amir Khan was just like, he was calling for it, but he wasn't doing anything to put himself in a position of what Floyd had to see him. And it's kind of like the same thing with my man Gary Russell. It's like, man, I feel you, bro. You calling for the Tank Davis, you calling for for Devin, man. Go up there and whoop some ass at 135, which I believe he can do. Go whoop some ass at 135. Then, put yourself in a situation where they have to see you. Because, bro, honestly speaking, bro, I don't, listen, I would love this. I would pay for Tank Davis versus Gary Russell. But it makes it hard for me to be able to push that fight when I can't sit here and say, hey, Tank Davis should fight Gary Russell when, like, one, Gary Russell is not in the same weight class as Tank Davis, and two, Gary Russell hasn't really been active or really put himself in a position to where Tank Davis has to see him. They're not even in the same weight class, so it's like, bro, my thing to Gary Russell, man, is like, bro, put yourself in a position. I know you want to fight these good names, bro. I know it, bro. The dog in you wants to fight these big names, bro. I feel you on that, but bro, take these ranked guys up at 135. You're the WBC champ. When you move up, well, I know the WBO, I don't know how the WBC does it, but the WBO has it where if you move up in weight, you'll automatically become a mandatory. Hey, maybe you move up, put yourself in a position, take you a couple of fights, bro, and then you'll be in a spot where it's like, bro, now they have to see you. But right now, it's kind of hard to like argue for my dude Gary Russell, man. Whenever I say, bro, because listen, I'm gonna be honest, bro, and this is facts. All day, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I'll pay for a Tank versus Gary Russell before I would have paid for a Tank versus Isaac Cruz or a Tank versus Rolly Ramirez or Ramiro, whatever his last name is. And don't get it fucked up. Like Rolly sold that, he was gonna sell that fight. He was gonna sell that fight, but bro, I would much rather see Tank Davis versus Gary Russell or Devin Haney versus Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? But Devin Haney's now chasing what's my bad. My mind be going blank sometimes. Gary Russell, Devin Haney is now chasing George Kambosos, and you can't blame him because that's for a unification for the undisputed. So, my thing is, Gary, man, After you fight Mark, I think I really do feel like Gary's gonna get past Mark Assanio. It's not a prediction video. I mean, it's not a breakdown video, but I do think Gary will get past him. Should he get past Mark Assanio, man, please keep yourself active, move up in weight, and fight these guys, these top ranked fighters, not top ranked fighters, but fighters that are top ranked, and then put yourself in a position where where you got to be seen, man. But hey, what do I know?